Alright, short and sweet. I started recording this and then instantly ran into an error. So I had to restart, but that error is fixed. And here we are. We have an automatic villager selector. I viewed cubic meters. His was manual select. I noticed where you had to go over to villager, click villager's note block. It would go to the center. You could trade or kill or blah blah blah, or send it back. Blah blah. A lot of manual. Okay, really, it 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 didn't look good. It didn't have good aesthetic. So to say, this one you can make aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so here you have a simple lectern with a selector page. Those will be the trades. This would be I don't know, Riptide 3 and then the price. So then you would select that one. You click it to call the villager. And you could put in a glass panel right here to see the villager coming. But then here he is. However, I don't have these guys linked. And then you send him back. Once you're done. Voila. Easy peasy. However, you're not gonna get the XP. And if you are one of those idiots that makes their inventory too full, so then you drop stuff when you trade, well, that's just a skill issue on your part. Skill issue. Um, Now that's one. Now, what if I call number two, or what if I call number eight, so to say? Every time I do this, I'm just hoping it works. Okay, here's number eight. You trade him with him. You send him back. And now to get into the redstone. So we're gonna go to number one. So first you have a simple selector panel. So each page will represent a selector. So page 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are your villagers. Um, However, this is the max capacity it can hold at 14. Um, I don't. You would have to have more lecterns, like a lectern over here for one if you want more. But this is just this is as big as it can get, with one lectern. Now, as the villager gets dispensed, I had the first problem. Well, how will I get that villager back to where it came from without it going into this stall or that stall? Well, I came up with this idea while on my way to school. I was like, wait, if I have a string with an observer with a piston and I do some relay with pistons and one tick, I could have it switch the direction of the rail. And I was like, oh man, that's so smart. I was like, and I can have it be modular. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. So I built it once I got back. It's really compact, it's modular. However, you do have to have this staggering effect here. So observer facing down, observer facing to the right, observer facing to the right, observer facing down. And you cannot have this one over there because then when this one powers, redstone travels up, but it won't travel down. So you could power this one and not have any problems, but when you power this one, both will run, and you don't want that. So I had to do that small little modular design. Now also okay, I've been watching a lot of Hermitcraft, and from watching Doc, I've learned there are people out there like Grian who just button spam, blah words. They button spam. So I had to make a button spammer proof, Grian proof, so to say, design here. So when this calls for a villager, it's going to do an, I think it's called an OR gate. So it's going to lock this. When that is locked, you cannot select anymore. However, it will become unlocked when you release it and send the villager back. So let me just demonstrate. Okay, so villager goes across. Okay, all those switch across. And come up here. Also, this is just like another selector as well to direct. Okay, he's in there. I can push this button again, and no signal's gonna go through. I can push it again, and no signal's gonna go through. If I push this, it's gonna start an 11-second countdown. And that's enough for the villager to come all the way back, get in position, and now you can see. Now you can select your next villager. Let me do number 2. Look how satisfying that is. Now, I am noticing. Okay, how come that? Some. Did he build up enough speed? That shouldn't be a problem. Let me send him back. Villager number 2. Away! Okay, let me call him again once it's ready. Okay, it's ready now. Okay, no, it worked. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, um, it's honestly really satisfying just watching the pistons. Do, 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 do. So yeah, it's simple, compact. Like I said, this is as big as it gets, so if you're into a lot of villagers, you can like have multiple floors, like stack another one of these on top of this one to get many layers. Like let's say these are your book trades, and then the next level is like your food, and the next one's armor and stuff like that. Because it would become too wide if you went out this way, but it will be nice and compact if you just went up and down. Um, yeah, that's the redstone of the month. The redstone build of the month. Yeah, I like it. Keep giving me good ideas, and I will keep on problem solving. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.